There are absolutely no trees common between Holland and India. I wish if there would have been like a few, but there are no trees which are common. It's going to be a super dense forest full of species of native trees of Holland.
These forests, compared to a conventional plantation, grows 10 times faster. They are 30 times more dense and 100 times more biodiverse. I started making a forest in the backyard of my own house, and this is how it looks after 3 years.
How old are these?
These are 4 years old.
Trees grow very slowly here. So this is where we are going to make our first forest in Holland. And you can see, it's all clay. This is good soil, but because it's clay, we have to add more perforation material so that roots can penetrate into it.
To make a forest, we start with soil. We mix some local biomass available around, which can help soil become more porous. We survey the native tree species of the place. Once we know our trees, we divide them in 4 different layers: shrub layer, subtree layer, tree layer, and canopy layer. We fix the ratios of each layer, and then we decide the percentage of each tree species in the mix.
Alsjeblieft. Is er een beetje zin in?
Nou ja, ik vind dit echt een cadeautje voor de wijk. En het mooie van dit bos wat nu geplant is dat je ziet dat oud en jong zeg maar, samenwerken om dit gestalte te geven. Dus het geeft ook een stuk cohesie, zeg maar. En dat mensen elkaar leren kennen en werken aan een gemeenschappelijk doel met een mooie uitkomst.
60% van alle kinderen die groeit op in grote steden. Nou, ze brengen 2 à 3 uur per dag door voor tv, tablet, computer. Dat is allemaal tijd die ze niet buiten komen. Daarom vinden wij het als IVN heel belangrijk dat we dit soort leuke natuurontdekkingsplekken in de stad creëren. En dat is ook de reden dat we de Tiny Forest van Shubhendu een heel leuk initiatief vinden om kinderen dicht bij hun in de buurt kennis te laten maken met natuur.
We kind of have a confidence that eventually we can take it to that level where making a forest would be as easy as doing gardening or any other soil activity. The biggest achievement could be if somebody can really learn how to make a forest and replicate it in their house, their school, their backyards, nothing like it. The biggest challenge would be to actually make it work. Oh. Okay. So this is our small sign of hope. But let's see, I'm pretty sure like in another 3-4 months It will be as green and tall as that patch.
In 3 or 4 months.
Yes.
Het is net half april nu, dus het is nog koud geweest en niet al te veel zon. Dus ik merk ook dat ik sceptisch ben terwijl ik het eerst helemaal niet was. Maar het is een mooie voorspelling van Shubhendu dat het over 3 tot 4 maanden zo hoog is. Dus als dat uitkomt, dan ben ik echt onder de indruk.
Oh, this is brilliant. Amazing. I actually expected it to grow really good, like exactly like this, but 3 months ago when I came here and 4 months ago when I came here in April, that time I told Dan that it's gonna catch up and it's gonna grow really well, but somewhere inside I was a little worried. So considering how much it has grown in past 3 months, it's truly amazing. I think in an annual cycle, the annual growth rate is going to remain the same whether it is in India or Holland. But the seasonal growth rates are going to differ. Like in winters, trees don't grow on the surface here, they grow under the surface. So for first 6 months, I believe that only the roots would have grown in that loose soil and they would have formed a mesh, a very, very strong mesh. So the density of these trees, what you see on the surface, is the same what we have underneath the surface. So this is an indicator of a healthy fungal network. So if any nutrition is not available in vicinity of this tree up to where its roots are spread, no problem, because it is connected to such a big network and it has fungi, running all throughout this network of roots. It has all the nutrition it needs. Oh wow, I feel really happy, just like the way I saw my first forest, which I made in the backyard of my house. It looked just like this after a year. So I feel like that, like the backyard forest, the first forest ever I made. It has brought me the confidence that this methodology can be implemented in Europe, and it has brought me more itchy hands to make more of these forests in different parts to enhance the methodology so that we can have a very robust formula of forest making here in Holland. It will mitigate pollution, it will support biodiversity, it will become home of a lot of animals, insects, birds. It also gives a very pleasant feeling in urban environment, which is so full of concrete and houses and buildings. I hope to achieve that every piece of land which appears to be like this should be converted into a dense natural forest, which ideally would exist if we let the nature take over. So why not assist the nature to take over, because we are a part of it.